When you think of South Park games, what comes to mind exactly? The Stick of Truth? Phone Destroyer? Let's Go Tower Defense Play? The Fractured Butthole? Well, sorry to tell you, but those games are actually decent to good. We're, however, going back to the olden days of licensed games, this being the very first South Park game, South Park the video game from 1998, which is still infamous to this day for being one of the worst games of all time, and a prime example as to why we rarely saw South Park games till Matt and Trey got involved with the Stick of Truth. So let's jump into this dumpster fire of a game and get this review over with.
Hi, Chef.
Hello, children. Did you hear the news?
What news?
The game is about the four boys, Cartman, Stan, Kenny, and the Stupid Jew, going on wacky adventures based around the first few episodes of the show. Yeah, they didn't have much source material to work with here at this point in time, so everything is based off of something in the show. It doesn't matter who you play as, except for those who want to play as their favorite character over the others. So of course, I chose Cartman the majority of the time. It was either Cartman or Kenny. I don't play as Randy Jr., nor the Stupid Jew.
And then Eric destroyed the King Kart, saving all toys from evil. Eric is so strong and brave. He is so cute. That's cute, isn't it? Shut up, Kenny, you dildo! I'm a hero!
Even though the game is a generic first-person shooter, there's not much variety of weapons. You get an infinite ammo snowball attack, which is the weakest. Then you have dodgeballs, Nerf dart gun, Philip doll bombs, and more. Though it won't matter, in fact most of the time, you'll never really use most of them because of ammo rarity and the fact hitboxes rarely register, so you'll waste more ammo than using it effectively. Yes, the game is broken in all versions. The PlayStation 1 version is the most infamous for its subpar graphics and dreadful controls.
I'm not on your grade.
I'll keep you to that. 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 I'll keep you to that.
So let's talk controls. Now, even for its time, this was an awful choice of a layout. You use the left analog stick to move around in all directions. To aim up and down, you use the L2 and R2 buttons. To strafe, you use L1 and R1. To shoot, you use square, X to jump, circle and triangle to toggle between weapons, and select seems to offer a variation of attack for some weapons, like piss-covered snowballs, which dole out more damage but are slower, I guess? It doesn't matter. The game is garbage. Next up are the levels. There are roughly 3 stages in each of the 5 levels. Yes, that's how short it is. Even for its time, this was considered lackluster. Now, it wouldn't matter as much if the game was good, but this is Acclaim we're talking about here. The first level is all about the turkey episode with the Braveheart parody, but I never could progress through it as the gates never opened no matter what I did, so I got cheats to help me skip ahead. The second level is about the retarded clones rampaging around town, but it also broke, so I skipped to the third level. This one was about the visitors from space, from Cartman gets an anal probe. In this one you get to go all the way up into the UFO and destroy the core. This one actually worked. Next one is about giant robots attacking the town, and this one also broke on me. So I went right to the 5th and final level at the toy store. This was easily the most enjoyable because it's pretty straightforward and more creative when it comes to enemies, but the hitboxes were an issue. Thank God for invincibility and infinite ammo. Afterwards, the final boss appeared as Ultra Mega Man. His hitbox was atrocious as well. Half the time, everything went right through him, but after spamming the Philip doll bomb, I was able to beat him and finish the game. Now, what was it all for? Do you get anything special? No, you get nothing. Absolutely nothing but a middle finger from Acclaim. Ah, good old Acclaim. They're long dead now. The only good thing I can share in this video. Good riddance. Cause this game is such a broken god-awful mess. From its horrible audio to the 1993 graphics in 1998. Hell, nothing good can be said about the game itself. The developer and publisher are gone. That's the best thing about this. So anyway, let's get to the score. This game made no sense, even less so than the show.
That doesn't make sense, though. Oh, yeah.
At the end of the day, South Park the video game is just another prime example of horrible licensed games. Plus, it doesn't help it was published by Acclaim. They're infamous for low quality products. The THQ before THQ was the infamous one. Anyways, I do not recommend this game. It's also easily one of the worst games I have ever played. Soon, I'll have 100 worst games of all time list at this rate. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later. I decided to go back and re-review some of my older videos since I started using text-to-speech before being able to afford a microphone. So over time, I have been doing my best to re-review some of the stuff while making new stuff. Now that I have some time, let's get back to one of those older videos, that being South Park Rally for the PlayStation 1, a Mario Kart clone that looks and runs just as bad as it looks. I even tried to play it longer this time instead of a single race, yet the overall experience was still awful, even with cheats to unlock all the content.
Well, we're waiting. Get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
Well, that should already tell you what to expect from this abomination. Let's go over the roster of characters real quick. Given this came out during the early seasons, they didn't have a large variety of characters to select from yet. So we got plenty of stinkers in here, like the stupid Jew, Wendy, and Bebe. Then we got the best characters like Kenny, Cartman, Pip, Satan, Mr. Mackey, Mr.Garrison, and Ike. Then we got the worst character of all in here, Kyle's mom. Not playing the music for copyright reasons, but she truly is the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. We also have some strange choices like Big Gay Al, Scuzzlebutt, The Visitors, and Stan's grandpa. Overall, a large roster of okay to boring characters to just plain stupidest biggest mega biatch.
Sweet.
There are several race types in the game. You got Rally, Rally 2, Cow Days, Valentine's Day, Spring Cleaning, Read a Book Day, Easter Egg Hunt, Pink Lemonade Race, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Halloween Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas Day, and Millennium New Year's Eve. Yet in reality, you basically only have 2 game modes altogether. One is the normal race, that is Rally. Then you have the other mode where you just must collect a certain item and hold on to it and get it back to the goal to score. That's it. The game gives you a false sense of quantity, but it can't even deliver quality. The tracks are in less supply. In fact, there's only City, Farm, Big Gay Al's, Sewer, Forest, Mountain, and Volcano. That's right, only 7 tracks in the game. If any corners should have been cut, it was with the characters, given they all play the same. Speaking of which, let's cover the controls. The awful Mr. Hanky covered controls. The controls can be best described as this. You use the left analog stick to barely steer your cart, or you can also use the D-pad to barely control your cart. You will hit walls and obstacles all the time. You will never win a single race or item collecting match. You use the X button to accelerate. The circle button is to back up only when you come to a complete stop. The square button is to brake, as in literally breaks the game because the controls are so god awful. Literally every single character controls the same, unlike in Mario Kart where they have different stats when it comes to speed, weight, and controls, as well as rivals. Here, it's just the same stats for everyone, but you, the player, will suffer the most as the AI can easily play the game. Why can't we play the game that the AI is playing instead of this shit pile?
God damn it!
The only other things worth bringing up is the performance is dreadful. I don't even think it's 10 frames per second. This on top of the back controls will lead you to hit walls, obstacles, and pits quite often. I kept being spawned near the lava in the mountain track, so every time I tried to steer, I go right back into the lava. That's not okay. Okay. At the end of the day, I do not recommend this game. I went in with an open mind and gave it a fair chance, but after playing it vanilla for a bit, I used cheats to unlock everything and see if there was anything good to talk about, to only leave even more angry that Cartman after Scott Tenorman screwed him over for the last time. This game is truly a steaming pile of shit. Shit Mr. Hinky used to get rid of the Hollywood elites that plagued South Park while dressed as Wizard Mickey Mouse. Not even San Francisco streets want this shit on their sidewalks. Anyways, that's it for this video. See y'all later. Given the other two South Park games for the PlayStation were some of the worst games of all time, I had no hopes for Chef's Love Shack. I mean, come on, a trivia game? Who wanted that? No one. No one wanted that. And yet, after playing through it, I could say without a doubt, it's actually not that bad. Right away, the 2D style matches up with the show, even though it's a bit rough given it's the PlayStation 1. Watching chefs sing and dance with the ladies opening up to the game gave me a first good impression that this might not be so bad after all. I mean, it's 2D like the show. That's already a step in the right direction. So after Chef sung his mating ritual, I chose Cartman cause screw Randy Jr. and the stupid Jew. Sorry Kenny, but it's you or Cartman, so I went with him this time.
You guys suck. You guys suck. Over here. I'm the coolest. Son of a bitch.
When I realized that this was one of those game show type of games, I was expecting it to revolve around South Park, cause you know, it's literally what the game is. But nope, sadly the questions are all random real world stuff, most of which I had no idea are, not to mention a lot of it involves the 90s and under, so today's generation is screwed trying to comprehend a single question.
You kids are sure to enjoy this segment. Well, you just got a whole load of nothing.
So after you answer about 3 questions, a minigame is chosen at random. These are based off of the show at least. And if you're old like I am, you no doubt recognize some of these types of minigames, like the Scuzzlebutt one. It's similar to the Game & Watch series. Another is Scheme, where you pizza and french fry to escape an avalanche. You even got Beefcake, where you gotta eat the green cans, get beefier, and bounce cans off of you to get them if you're not close enough. Yellow cans are bonus, and red ones are bad.
Beefcake. Beefcake. Beefcake.
Next up was a Donkey Kong clone, where you're Mr. Kitty trying to get Cartman's pot pies. This was really difficult, so I didn't make it far. Then another is a guessing game to find the chicken fucker before he fucks another chicken. Yeah, you remember that episode?
Thank you like a red-headed stepchild.
Depending on the length of the game chosen will determine how long things take. I chose the longest, which led me to play through 8 whole rounds with 3 questions each and 8 minigames, with 2 wheel spins. Overall, I got about 23 minutes out of the game from start to completion. Honestly, it's not that bad of a game. The load times do suck, even with emulation, but honestly, it's not that bad of a game. Out of all the PlayStation 1 era South Park games, this is probably the best one, which is strange. Chef's Love Shack took a simple concept and rolled with it, making a decent party game with the South Park theme. If you ever see this game, give it a try.
Oh, children, we've reached the end of our game. Roy, who's our winner?
Our big winner today is Eric Cartman.
At the end of the day, I do recommend this average game, which is shocking, I know, given how harsh I was towards the other two South Park games. But those were 3D abominations. South Park only works in 2D. Even the upcoming Snow Days game in 2024 will be a disaster because it's a fugly 3D abomination. Plus it's a shitty PvP live service, so of course it's an automatic garbage. But anyways, next up is the Xbox 360 titles, which are taking a bit longer because Xenia is a piece of shit emulator. The guest has Crash Simulator is all it does. So until I could get to it, to make it actually work, I won't be making more South Park game reviews. I wanted to tackle these in order of release after all. Anyways, that's it for this video. See y'all later.
Damn stupid what? You guys, my back. No, seriously, you guys. Screw you guys.
Baby, you know you're the one for me. You and me and her, simultaneous. You and me and Winona Ryder, simultaneous.